Hello, hello. Lynn Horde here, the Joy Coach, back for day 2 of our Joy Challenge. Today we're talking about creating an attitude of gratitude. So if we've not met before, as I said, I'm the Joy Coach. I support people to tap into the power of joy to transform their lives, their work, and the world. And we can do all of that together. Joy is an incredibly powerful emotion, and I'll talk about that another time about what actually it does to our energy. But today I really want to talk about, we're here to talk about in this challenge, really amazing tools and tips that on a daily basis can help you create a joy habit. And today we're talking about gratitude. Now, there is a lot of research that's been done about gratitude, which is amazing. I think there's a man named Dr. Robert Eames, and he's done some amazing research around what gratitude can do for us as a practice. It's something I've been doing for many, many years now, and I've really noticed over time how it has shifted the way I look at the world, the way I respond to situations, and also the amount of joy I feel, because of course that's what we're talking about, isn't it? What are the, what can we use? What tools and techniques can we actually use? Hello there, Monty. Great to see you. Talking about the different tools and techniques that we can use to actually bring more joy into our life. So today we're talking about gratitude. So there are a couple of different ways you can look at gratitude, and I'm also going to talk about why some people go, oh, bloody hell, gratitude. Like, why do I want to do more gratitude? I wrote a blog a couple of years ago. It was like talking all about why you might be resisting gratitude, and it's over on my website, lynnhorde.com, if you want to check it out. But one of the reasons that I find a lot of people resist gratitude is because they perceive that if you are being grateful for what you have, then you're accepting of your situation, you're accepting that it might not be exactly what you want. So the very first thing I want to talk about today is that you can be grateful and desire more. It's not be grateful and it'll never change, and you'll never get the big things that you want, and you won't have more money or have a partner. So being happy with where you are right now, being grateful for what's in front of you, doesn't mean that you can't desire more, but what it does is allow you to actually be in this moment, enjoying, being happy with where you are, experiencing some contentment and peace whilst you're striving forward, because that doesn't go away. As humans, we have desire to create more, to have more in our life. I think that's kind of a part of the way that we are wired. But what we often miss is thinking that until we have those things, we can't be happy or be joyful, and we focus on the lack rather than focusing on what is actually present for us. So that's one of the ways, one of the first things I just wanted to talk about, because some people have this perception, as I said, that if we're being grateful, then we're kind of just like, accepting and going, oh, I'm not going to have any more and I don't want any more. That's not true. We can have both. We can be grateful for what we have right now. We can count our blessings and desire more. And there's a couple of different ways that you can look at gratitude. So the very first thing is like, what are you grateful for? So it could be anything. It could be, it could be the fact that you have a functioning body. It could be that you have a beautiful view. It could be you're grateful for your partner or your dog, or the fact that you get to go on a holiday, or that you have enough money in the bank. I mean, there's lots of things that we can be grateful for, and often people can struggle to get started with a gratitude practice because their brain is so accustomed to thinking about the things that they're not happy about. And that's one of the amazing things about gratitude, is no matter where you are, it actually shifts your brain, it rewires your brain to start focusing on and looking at the things in your life that are actually a blessing. Just as a really short story, this is a tool that I leaned on massively when I went through my cancer treatment. And I can't tell you the amount of times that I said, oh man, I feel so blessed because my dad was able to come and visit with me and care for me during part of my treatment. I felt really blessed at the amount of support that I had. I felt blessed that I ended up with some amazing doctors. You know, I felt blessed that my body healed so fast and so well. I felt blessed that, you know, even though I had to have chemo, which sucked, my body did not respond as badly as somebody else in the same situation might have. You know, so I was constantly looking at, like, man, you know, what is good about this? And one of the ways you can do that if you're struggling to go, what's good, is recognize sometimes that phrase around, you know, it could be worse, you know, and which helps you kind of go, oh gosh, you know, this is actually not so bad because it could be a lot worse. So there's a couple of ways that you can play with gratitude. You can just be, you know, the factual, okay, what am I grateful for, and list those things off. You can think about, gosh, you know, that could have been a lot worse, you know, so I'm kind of grateful for, you know, where I'm at right now. And of course, there's also what I call the silver lining, which you all know about. It's like, even though this situation isn't great, like, what is it that is actually good about it? Again, another tool I utilized a lot in my cancer journey. And, you know, I've just talked about some of those things, the support that I had, you know, the amazing doctors, the kindness I experienced, you know, the love that I received. Yeah, so there are lots of things that I was able to go, God, that's amazing. Even though this experience sucks, that's amazing. So it's a real mental reframe. So gratitude is about perception of what is going on in your life. What is it, you know, that it's around you? And it is a mental tool that allows you to rewire your brain. So what's amazing though, and the kind of the trick to make this an even deeper practice, is recognizing that when you're thinking about gratitude, like thinking about the things that you might be grateful for, it's a mental process. So I'm like, oh, I'm grateful that you know, I'm grateful that I have a body, you know, I have 2 legs and I get to walk out into the world. But to take that deeper, because what we're looking for is an emotion, is a feeling, is to then answer the question, why? Why are you grateful for that? So for instance, if you have a partner, or even, you know, say your daughter, you're like, oh, I'm really grateful for my daughter. And then actually thinking about why, like, what is it about that relationship that you're grateful about? And through that process of actually answering the question why, we get to sink more into the feeling of why we're grateful for that. So it's just a little tweak that I often suggest to people, because it's actually the emotion, the feeling that we're after, isn't it? We want to feel the joy, we want to feel the gratitude. And so rather than just make it a mental process, we can bring it into our bodies by going, like, why am I grateful for that? Like, why I actually enjoy that. So that's just a little something to think about. So practically speaking, like, how do you bring gratitude into your life? So you can, in the morning, you can, before you get out of bed, you can, like, put your hands on your heart and just say a couple of things that you're grateful for. You don't have to put your hand on your heart, but just start with, gosh, I'm really grateful that I can breathe easily today. I'm grateful for, you know, what I'm going to get to go and do today. I'm grateful for this amazing bed that I'm lying on that is just, you know, makes me feel. And what does it make you feel? God, it makes me feel supported and calm, and I just love being in this, you know, being in between the sheets. So you can do it in the morning. That's one of the prominent times that people can often do it. And that really sets you up for a wonderful day if you actually do that in the morning with your gratitude practice. The other thing you can do is at nighttime, which is where I've shifted to now, because at nighttime, what I do is I do my gratitude practice and I reflect back on the day. Oh, brilliant, Debbie. I'm so glad that's helped. Thanks for sharing. So Debbie has just said that the asking the why has actually not something she's tried before. So wonderful that I'm so glad that I shared that. So I actually do my gratitude practice at night now before I go to bed, because one of the things that I noticed was, so I do my kind of gratitude prayers in the morning, and was kind of like when I connect with God and I connect with my day and I connect with myself. But what I noticed was at the end of the day, I was kind of like, you know, getting into bed, turning the lights off, you know, going to sleep, and not actually reflecting back on all of the things that I had done that day that were actually really cool. It's kind of like part of a celebration practice as well, which is something I talk about in my programs, because, you know, sometimes we just, you know, life moves on, doesn't it? We kind of like just go, oh, you know, roll from one day into the next without reflecting on the things that we've done that have progressed us in an area of our life, you know, something throughout the day that was really amazing. And so at the end of the day, if we're able to actually just take a moment to think about those things. It's like we get to gather the juice from them. It's not just like the days just don't roll on one after the other and we're kind of always in motion. It's like the gratitude practice at night is taking that pause to just reflect, let's like look back on the day and go, what was amazing about that? Or what did I really enjoy? Or what do I want to acknowledge myself for? Or what am I grateful for? So there's that question. What am I actually grateful for? And as we talked about, adding that in, why can actually really bring the feeling into your body rather than just make it a mental process. So I really hope that has helped. So today is Joy Challenge Day number 2. What we were talking about is developing an attitude of gratitude. We talked about why that can be a struggle sometimes, because we think that being grateful means that we're being accepting and just letting go of our desires, but it isn't. We can have both. We can be grateful for the blessings that we have and desire more. We have space as humans, the complex beings that we are, to be able to have both of those in our lives. And I talked about, obviously remembering that gratitude is a thinking process to go like, what is it that I am grateful for? And then a feeling process to ask the question, why? Why am I grateful for this? And 2 of the best times to do it is either in the morning, to think into the day, to kind of set yourself up energetically in a positive, optimistic way in the morning, or at night time when you can actually reflect back on the day and really absorb the juice of the celebration and the acknowledgement of what you did that day. So a couple of different ways you can go about it. And of course you can do it in the middle of the day too. It's a beautiful way to shift your energy. So, sometimes if I've been really grumpy or down or disappointed or just in a real funk, if I actually sit and journal about things that I'm grateful for, it actually shifts my energy and shifts my mood. So it's an incredible tool. There are many scientific studies that have been done how it does rewire the brain, as well as actually make changes into the molecules of the heart. So it's really an incredibly powerful tool. So if you haven't got a gratitude practice, I really recommend you beginning one. I'd love to hear in the comments below, do you have a gratitude practice? When do you do it? You could share something that you're grateful for today with me. I'd love to hear that in the comments below if you'd like to. And if you have enjoyed today's Joy Challenge and you'd like to spend more time with me talking about joy, I have a free Facebook group called Ignite Your Joy. I'm going to put the link in below. So if that's something you'd like to come and check out, you can click on that link and come and join us in Ignite Your Joy and join in that beautiful community where we're talking about how to bring more joy into our lives. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be back tomorrow for Joy Challenge Day 3, when we're going to be talking about my next favorite tool, which is imagination and visualization. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be back here tomorrow, 12:30 p.m. BST, not EST, BST, because I am in Britain. And so we'll be back for day 3 tomorrow if you'd like to join me. If you're watching this on the replay, I'd love to know that you have seen it. So please type into the comments #replay so I know you've listened in. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Joy Challenge Day 3. Bye for now.